So, Jace, what do you think of that performance?
Yeah, attitude-wise and aggression and all that type of stuff, performance attitude, I thought it was really good. Really happy with it. But we broke down a bit at times. I thought we could have been a bit more clinical with our attack, but that's to be expected. We had 4 Cowboys that came back this week we hadn't seen all pre-season, and those guys' attitude was first class, all 6 of them that came. But it's going to take a bit of time for them to understand the way we play and get used to that. But at half-time, we brought in a bit more to our system that we wanted to play today, and we got the result, which was important.
And did you expect that pre-game, this performance?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We trained on Thursday, we were outstanding, and yesterday we were probably a bit scratchy, but the attitude of everybody, right through the team, has been great. It was probably one of the toughest weeks coaching-wise for me since I've started coaching, in terms of picking a side and having to leave people out, having to leave blokes like Nick Durrani and Ryan Getty out of the team was really tough to do. And I waited up until the last minute, watched a lot of video before I made my decision, but I think today we saw that 4 forwards on the bench was the right way to go, and we really dominated the middle of the field.
And what impressed you the most?
Just overall attitude. I thought we were excellent. Defensively, we were very good for most parts of the game. I think we had maybe 1 or 2 lapses, but in general, we were really good. First game of the year to only concede 12 points is pretty good. There was a lot of talk about how close the game was going to be, but I sort of knew in my own mind that if we did the right things in the middle of the field, we could blow it away in the end. And it happened 2 weeks ago, and it happened again today.
And Ty, how good is it to start with a win like that?
It's a good feeling, mate. It's good to be back in the winner's circle again. JD hit it on the head. We were good defensively. Attack-wise, we were just a little bit off, and that's probably an encouraging sign for us. We got that much improvement in us. We still racked on 40-odd points. So, with Robbie coming in, his attitude was first class. He knows where he wants to be, and he was very good out there tonight.
And what impressed you the most being out there on the field that the team did so well?
I think collectively across the board, we know our jobs that we have to do. There's still areas that we need to work on, but when you play games, you sort of start to realise the areas that you need to be better at. And I think as a group, we've bought into what JD's brought along, and I think across the board, as the season goes on, we'll get a lot better with our cohesion and stuff like that.
And you mentioned, Robert, how good will it be this season having so much depth in the halves? Like Getty didn't play, and he was one of your best in the pre-season.
Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate. Didn't get to play, but the moment he found that he wasn't playing, his attitude didn't drop, and he sort of learns from guys like Robbie and that. And so the moment that Robbie does eventually step up into grade, Ryan's ready to go. So I think he's spot on with what he's doing. I think the depth in the club this year is the best I've seen ever.
And having Davin play outside you, what did you make of his performance?
We're very fortunate to have Davin outside because he can cover a certain amount of positions. Not only on the wing. In the pre-season, he was in the core and he was outstanding. His work ethic and his attitude towards playing rugby league, no matter where JD puts him, it's always spot on. And I'm very confident having him outside because he talks well, he defends well, and he brings the ball back well.
Jason, how were the nerves today?
Yeah, I was surprisingly nervous. I was more nervous than I thought I would be. Coming to the ground, I was doing the big breaths and sucking them in, which I normally do going to a big footy game, but when I was playing. But yeah, I was pretty nervous. But once I watched the boys warm up, I was pretty relaxed actually. I felt our warm up was really good. From the off, they came out and the warm up went really well, and that sort of relaxed me a little bit. I knew if we were bang on with our attitude, we'd win the game, and that's a fortunate place to be. And when I look on paper, I look at the two teams. I thought we had a stronger side. But as we know, games aren't always won on paper. So the next thing I'm looking at to see is how we've turned up. Have we come with that hunger, or have we come with an attitude that thinks, we put 40 past them last time, we'll do it again this time. Unfortunately, today we didn't do that. I spoke to the players before the game about we all have different motivations, but if collectively we can come together and strive to achieve as one, we'll all have success. And that was the important message, and that's what the boys took out on the field.
You mentioned that attitude. Was it just especially pleasing to see the guys go on with it after half time? Because you're up 20-6, you were dominating, but to see the boys just push on with it after the half time.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like we probably could have been a little bit further ahead at half time, but in saying that, Mackay scrambled quite well to snuff out a couple of opportunities, but I just wanted to control the ball a little bit better. But the first 15 after half time, we did probably the opposite to that. But once we got back in our rhythm, we dominated the last 20 minutes. And again, it was fortunate we had 4 quality players on the bench. We rotated them quite well, and right up until the last minute, we still bring in Hayden Smith on, who's a big, strong forward with 7 minutes to go. So it made life tough for them in the middle of the field, and that allowed us to score some pretty what looked easy tries, but a lot of work was done before we got near the end of the trial.
And obviously Jason Demetriou is a big loss with injury, but Sammy Obst is doing a very good job in that number 9.
Yeah, Obsty's class. Obsty's played probably close to 200 Super League games, and most of those as a 9. His career has been pretty much 7 and 9, and he's equally as good at both. But he's very comfortable in that position, and it's good to know that when Ruzi comes back, which hopefully won't be too long, we've got 2 quality players there that we can rotate in. We used Blakey in there today, but in saying that, Ryan Getty has been outstanding at 9 in pre-season as well. So we've got 3 quality 9s, and had Robbie, Shawnee Nona, Obsty, and Getty to our 4 quality halves as well, and that's probably something that the boys lacked last year, and now we've got some real depth in the key positions.
Injury-wise, did everyone get out of that okay?
Not really, no. Ando's got a bit of a hip flexor problem, which has forced him off the field, and we'll have to have a check on that. And Shawnee Nona's complained of a shoulder injury as well, so as is Dav, but I think Dav will be all right, but Shawnee's a bit of a concern as well. So, it's hopefully they're not too bad, but like we've just spoken about, we've got good depth, so if needs be, we've got plenty of cover.
Sweet.